Ladies and gentlemen, FADA Auto Monitor Automotive Dealership Excellence Awards.
The ADEA, let's not forget, is also India's only platform to recognize achievements in automotive retail. This is also the very first time that an initiative such as this has been put into place.
Dealerships are a crucial link in all modern supply chains. Automotive dealers play a pivotal role in engaging the customer through his ownership experience. Over the years, OEM focus on retail partnership has evolved in search of the ideal business model. And enterprising dealers have responded to meet the manufacturer requirements. It is on that premise that we bring to you a panel discussion right now titled Manufacturer-Dealer Relationship, Opportunities and Challenges.
To discuss this in detail, we have a power-packed panel of senior and highly experienced executives from the Indian automotive industry. Our first panelist for this evening is the Executive Officer Marketing, Maruti Suzuki India Limited, Mr. Mayank Parikh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Rajiv Saharia, the Executive Director Marketing, Ashok Leyland, who's up here on the stage.
Our third panelist is Mr. Atul Gupta, Vice President Sales and Marketing, Suzuki Motorcycles India Limited.
Our next panelist is Mr. Dilip Chenoy, the Director General of the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, the apex industry body of vehicle makers.
Our next guest on the panel is Mr. Sevanti P. Shah, who is the current President of the Federation of Automobile Dealers Association, the apex national body representing automobile dealers in India.
Our final panelist for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Edward C. Tonkin, the current Chairman of the National Automobile Dealers Association, United States.
And our panel discussion today will be moderated by Senthil Chengalvarayan, President and Group Editorial Director, Business Media TV 18. Over to you, Senthil.
Thank you all for joining us here on the very, very cold evening. I'm going to get a word in from Edward here on how he has seen the industry grow in America, and can we bring those lessons into India? So, Edward, can you just take us through the American experience and how do you compare it to what you've seen or what you've heard of from your colleagues in India?
I have been overwhelmed by the fervor and the vibrancy that I've witnessed at the Auto Expo. It seems to me, from my limited experience, this being my first time in India, but that your industry is set to absolutely explode. I have never seen or felt that kind of vibrancy in this auto show. There are so many entries and manufacturers that want to embrace your market because it's so fertile. Now, what will happen, I believe, looking down the road, is that as you get more and more entries into the marketplace and you start to build more vehicles here and more manufacturing, you will get to a point, as we've had in the United States, where there is excess capacity. The dealer plays an integral role in the distribution of these vehicles, because while the manufacturer is able to design them and build them, and even if they're products the market wants, there will be so many offerings that weren't formerly available to customers. You know, it was like we discussed before, Henry Ford said, you can buy any model of the Model T as long as it's black.
Let me bring you in here, because you interact with a whole host of manufacturers. Have you seen attitude towards the dealership business change over the last 4 or 5 years as the market got more competitive?
Senthil, I think the relationship between dealers and the OEs is undergoing a significant change. You know, you yourself mentioned to the era where people were called distributors. And I think now, from what I could see what's happening in the marketplace, the manufacturers are also looking at different avenues and different things for dealers to do, which were traditionally not in the realm of dealerships. For example, one is driver training, just to take an example. The second is training of technicians. So these are additional things that are actually going to come into the system, where the dealers are going to find it is actually in their own interest to participate.
Mike, you've now been 18 years with Maruti. You've seen the industry completely change from being a complete monopoly to now to what it is today. We all talk about how dealers and manufacturers should really become partners, but has it happened? Can they ever become real partners, or will they always be a slightly, if I may use it, not an antagonistic relationship, but a relationship where you want to go to the same place, but maybe on a different road?
No, actually, I don't think there's any choice. They got to become partners. And I think what I've seen in the last 19 years or so is there's a dramatic shift between the dealer and OE interaction.
Atul, as you look at the dealer network, what is your, okay, can I use the word concern? What do you think will be their biggest challenge as even this huge two-wheeler market gets set to grow even more exponentially?
I think the first thing which comes to my mind is the infrastructure. I think the cost of infrastructure, which seems to have gone in the last couple of years, possibly is one of the biggest hurdle or the biggest point which possibly...
You're talking about real estate costs.
Yeah, it's one thing which becomes a point of how the break-even comes for a dealership.
Rajiv, is the commercial vehicle dealership, in a sense, far more different from what the other gentlemen are talking about, because they are really dealing not with the small consumer, they are largely dealing with fleet owners, and very rarely are they, or with people operating 2 or 3 or 4 buses, is it, or lorries? Is it, how is that dealership different from these? And are the challenges different?
Yeah, if you look at the commercial vehicle segment, you find that products are far more commoditized already. I say my product's better than competition, but then that difference is possibly just 5% or 3%. We're within that same kind of a band. There's no emotion or a strong emotive bonding with a particular brand. So what makes the difference is the dealer or the network that I really have there. Taking this forward, like you said, there were issues of dealerships that were discussed here, especially with respect to viability. You look at what's most important is that we can invite that risk capital into the dealerships and we can assure those returns on those capitals. And that's where I think the responsibility of the manufacturer comes in a lot more.
There's a huge opportunity out there, but there are certainly issues to be faced. One of them is the need for all of you to invest risk capital, and the manufacturers have got to create the conditioned environment for that. And of course people, as in most industries in India, it's going to be people and the need for money. And I'm sure we're going to meet here every year and see how we progress. So thank you very much for joining us, gentlemen.
We now move on to what you have been waiting for this evening, the Automotive Dealership Excellence Awards.
It gives me immense pleasure to invite upon stage Mr. Vinay Nevatia, the Chairman, Awards Steering Committee, FADA, to deliver his keynote address.
I take immense pleasure and great pride to announce the first ever FADA Auto Monitor Automotive Dealership Excellence Awards. ADEA will recognize and reward the best of the best dealers in each vehicle category. I wish to thank Mr. Sudhanva, Mr. Dipanshu of Auto Monitor, Mr. Senthil of CNBC, Mr. Rajesh Mokashi, the Deputy MD of CARE, our knowledge partners for this event. I cannot forget but to thank one of our own members who initiated this concept and brought us together with Auto Monitor. And that is Mr. Vinay Sanghi, who is unfortunately not present today because of certain illness. But it is his initiative which made FADA think of this program, and we found a good partner in Auto Monitor.
It now gives me immense pleasure to invite Mr. Dilip Chenoy on stage to share his experience and thoughts on ADEA.
Thank you, and this is actually a surprise for me. We, the four of us as the jury members, we sat on one similarly cold morning and had a detailed presentation of all the dealership entries that were made. In fact, in some cases the margin was as close as 1 point. And what we decided to do was that we decided collectively to follow the intensive rating process that was run by CARE, and we found that all the criteria were objectively rated We were amazed by the breadth of entries. Thank you, Auto Monitor and Dipanshu, for this opportunity to be there. And I would like to congratulate all those who applied and also the winners when and as they're announced. Again, have a great evening and have a great year ahead. Thank you very much.
May we now invite Mr. Mukashi to deliver his address and share his thoughts on the association with ADEA.
Care Ratings has been proud to be associated with this whole event as a knowledge partner. So this award, as a rating agency, Care has been associated for the first time. This is, of course, the first time such an award is being initiated. And I think tremendous work has been done by the organizers for this whole function. And this award is going to be the most prestigious award in the auto industry for the years to come. So this is one of the most objective awards. I can assure you on that. And I am sure that we will find out the winners soon. Thank you very much.
It's time now to introduce the very first set of awards for the evening. And I would like to invite upon stage once again Mr. Dilip Chinoy, along with Mr. Vipin Bhardwaj, DGM, SME, State Bank of India, to present the very first set of awards.
Our first category for the evening is the Special Award for Sales Satisfaction Index.
The Special Award in Sales Satisfaction Index goes to Kataria Automobile, Ahmedabad, Gujarat.